Yep, 11 countries, 12 18-hole golf courses, countries like Tuvalu, Malta, Seychelles, San Marino, Nauru, 11 of them. Molesworth Station is New Zealand's largest farm, after all, 180,000 hectares. It's legendary and we own it. We could meet there tomorrow for a picnic, it'd be lovely. But the fact is very few of us go, and in the past we haven't really been encouraged to. Now the Department of Conservation is saying, please come and visit. So on behalf of you and me, Hamish Clark went to check out our property.
It's simply breathtaking. Mountains reach for the sky. Valleys trickle to the sound of crystal clear water, and grassy plains fan far into the distance. This is Molesworth Station. It's big country.
About the size of Stewart Island on an average day, I suppose.
180,000 hectares, almost 500,000 acres, and home to the country's biggest herd of cattle.
Yeah, it's big, and but it's a very, very simple farming operation, summer and winter country.
Get in, squaw!
For over a century, Molesworth Station has echoed to the sounds and whistles of men and their dogs.
Will it go?
Now it also echoes to the sound of visitors and tourists. Kiwis checking out their own backyard. This legendary high country station is now also a recreational reserve. The Department of Conservation took over the station in 2005. Dave Hayes is the park manager.
I'm no different than anyone else. I've got that sense of identity too. My grandfather used to muster on Molesworth, so it's amazing the feelings that it can engender, and I suppose that's true for a lot of New Zealand's remote places.
Historic cob cottages have weathered the seasons for 120 years now. The old Akron accommodation lodge in the south, and the original Molesworth homestead in the north.
For most people coming through Molesworth, they're the visual representation of the history. Without these buildings here, a lot of people wouldn't immediately know just how much has gone on before.
Farming here is still done the old-fashioned way. Musterers ride on horseback, herding the 10,000 head of cattle through hot summers and cold winters.
It's quite a harsh environment, particularly the winters. You know, we've had a winter just been where we dropped to -17 and rose to -1 for a lot of days. That's not unheard of elsewhere, and even on here, but it can be quite harsh farming at this altitude, and it's quite harsh living here.
Today, farming and conservation work hand in hand. The road through Molesworth is open to the public over the summer. 12,000 visitors come through here, whether it be by bus, motorbike or mountain bike.
The overwhelming thing is to see the country, you know, and enjoy what we've got here. It's a fantastic place.
Kevin Mitchell and his mates are a long way from home. You're a bunch of Aucklanders lost, aren't you?
No, we know where we're going, I think.
This is their annual bike trip, and they're heading to the homestead.
It'd be great if lots of other Kiwis were to, you know, get out here and have a look themselves. All right, guys, we better go.
And then there are others who take it more leisurely, riding all the way from Tekapo up along the backbone of the South Island.
It's the only way that, like doing this sort of thing, is the only way you get to see it. And if we weren't allowed, we wouldn't get to see it or enjoy it or know that things need to be conserved.
And that's where Doc comes in. The protected tarns or small waterways are filled with brown trout and are popular with anglers.
Molesworth is a large area and there's a lot of different habitats. One that you don't encounter a lot is large areas of water. So this area of tarns behind us is a group of about 5 different lakes, and freshwater habitat for native fowl, waterfowl, and also for native fish as well.
And up on the mountain passes there are rare alpine areas that are home to 70 endangered species. The farm itself also has immediate conservation issues of its own. Rabbits that once forced farmers off the land in the 1880s are back in big numbers.
They're quite bad. 40 years, at least, since they've been this bad.
Max Nelson is a full-time rabbiter and says it will take years of controls to get on top of the pest.
In the last 18 months, I would say they've just gone absolutely crazy again. And it's come so quick in such a big area that we're going to have a bit of a battle keeping on top.
As the autumn muster reaches the yards and some of the cattle are shipped out, Jim Ward is already looking ahead. His priority, looking after the land not just for farming, but also for the future, and wanting New Zealanders to come and enjoy the property.
The intention is to increase the recreation side of things where it's compatible with the farming program. We hope to enhance that with some more information in the future.
It's not a mill for track though, is it?
No. I've had people come up to me and say, God, it's ugly, isn't it? But I don't see it that way. It's just another part of New Zealand.
We need to keep this, and preserve it as much as possible.
Every Kiwi should go and see their own backyard before they go overseas.
I think if more people knew about it, they'd come through and have a look.
The remoteness and history of this place is here for everyone to experience and enjoy. Keeping the legend alive, that is Molesworth Station.